Get around, me boys and girls, for a story that'll make you wince, ponder, and maybe even skip your next sip of water. Today, we'll be venturing into the depths of medieval Europe, where torture methods ranged from the bizarre to the brutal to the unusual. Today's horrific highlight, the Schwedentrunk. A sip of context. Before diving into the depth of Schwedentrunk, it's crucial to set the stage. The 30 Years' War was one of the most devastating conflicts in European history. A religious war that started when Catholics and Protestants within the Holy Roman Empire, it eventually roped in several major European powers. The name Schwedentrunk literally translates to Swedish drink in German. But that wasn't something you'd find at a Swedish midsummer festival. Instead, it's a darkly ironic moniker given to a cruel torture method. Supposedly, the German population who blamed the Swedish troops for its introduction. The Schwedentrunk's design was deviously simple, requiring no intricate machinery or complex methodology. The ingredients, large amounts of unpalatable, often filthy liquids. Think of dirty water, excrement, urine, and an unfortunate victim who in some cases was said to be raped and murdered in order to help make the Schwedentrunk, although that is less confirmed than the other parts. The procedure: the victim would be restrained and the foul liquid would be poured down their throat. Sometimes, to ensure maximum ingestion, wooden boards or leather straps would be placed around the victim's neck. Not only did this method risk drowning, but the forceful overexpansion of the stomach and intestines caused excruciating pain. And if you're wondering about the aftermath, well, let's say that the digestive system wasn't exactly pleased. While the immediate physical consequences of the Schwedentrunk was undeniably brutal, the torture method was also a psychological game mostly. In an age where honor and dignity held immense societal weight, being force-fed waste was deeply humiliating. Though, that being said, I'm sure if you had someone else do that to you today, you'd also feel deeply humiliated. The message was clear. Perpetrators sought not only to harm their victims, but also to degrade and dehumanize them. It was a weapon of fear as much as it was of pain, demonstrating the extent of control and domination the torturers had over their victims. Historically, especially during wartime, it often blends facts, propaganda, and misinterpretations. While the term Schwedentrunk implicates Swedish soldiers, it is essential to view it critically. All sides during the 30 Years' War, including German troops, committed atrocities. Given the war's devastation and the propaganda campaigns, it's plausible that the blame for such tortures might be pinned upon convenient scapegoats, in this case the Swedes. Though the 30 Years' War ended in 1648, its impacts were far-reaching and not only just geopolitically. Torture methods like the Schwedentrunk serve as a grim reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty, especially during times of conflict, but they also shed light on the resilience of the human spirit. For every account of the Schwedentrunk's use, there are tales of victims who endured, resisted, and survived. In today's age, the Geneva Convention and the various humanitarian efforts, the Schwedentrunk feels like a distant horror. Yet it underscores the importance of safeguarding human rights and the principles of dignity and respect, even amidst the fog of war.